someone knows their secret. Someone knows they're scared. And someone knows what they did last summer. July 4th, 1996. Julie, her boyfriend Ray, her best friend Helen, and Helen's boyfriend Barry ditch their small-town monotony for one final night of carefree rebellion. At a shadowy, wind-swept beach, between swigs of beer, they swap big city dreams and spine-chilling rumors of a local legend, a doomed couple stalked by a hook-handed phantom. When the night ends, Ray, being the only sober person of the group, takes the wheel. But chaos erupts as Barry's drunken fumble douses the car in booze, yanking Ray's focus, and the car hits someone. With alcohol drenching Barry's car and no alibi, they think the cops will never buy this as an accident. Desperation sets in when headlight beams slice through the dark. Enter Max, a local teen, sniffing for gossip. Julie's quick thinking mask slips into place. Max buys her sugar-coated lie and peels away. Julie pleads others to come clean. But Barry, drunk and volatile, protests while Helen and Ray nervously back him. They decide to drag the body to the docks and heave it into the pitch-black water. Afterwards, the group makes a sinister pact to take the secret to their graves. But can a secret this heavy ever stay buried? 1 year later, Julie, now a college freshman, returns home, desperate to outrun the ghosts of that fateful July night. But peace shatters when her mother hands her an unmarked envelope. Inside, a chilling message: "I know what you did last summer." Who sent this? A stranger? A witness? Or worse, someone they trusted? Julie visits Helen's sister, Elsa, and asks for Helen's New York contact, but finds out that Helen has actually returned home and now works at her family store. Their web of lies? It's unraveling, and someone's pulling the thread. The duo then visit Barry. Paranoia ignites as the trio figure out their only loose end is Max. Barry corners Max, who insists he knows nothing, but Barry's beyond reason. A jagged ice pick flashes in his grip as he slams Max against a rusted railing. At the docks, Julie runs into Ray, now a deckhand on a fishing boat. He wants to salvage what's left of their shattered relationship. But the memories of that cursed night hang thick between them, and Julie runs away. In the shadows of Max's deserted workplace, a phantom killer strikes. The very ice pick Barry once brandished in rage now claims Max's life. At Barry's gym, a sharp, echoing clink fractures the locker room's silence. At his locker, there is a warning, "I know." He bolts outside just in time to see his car roar to life and peel into the night. And the vehicle lurches toward him. Out steps a towering figure draped in a shadowy fisherman's slicker, clutching a glinting ice hook, a predator claiming its prey. A battered Barry lies in the sterile glare of a hospital room. The cops press him, but the truth stays buried for now. But Julie has discovered that David Egan is the name of the man they left for dead. Convinced Egan's possible survival is a ticking time bomb, Julie and Helen decide to go to David's family home, where they are greeted by his brooding older sister, Missy. The duo spins a tale about their stranded car to mask their true mission. Missy's icy demeanor paints her as the prime suspect. But eventually, the women sense a fractured soul beneath her venomous exterior, crossing her name off their list. Missy reveals that after David died, a friend with a name Billy Blue came lurking. As the clock ticks past midnight, Helen retreats to her quiet, lamplit home. A hooded figure slips through her back door and stalks upstairs, vanishing into her bedroom closet. Dawn breaks and Helen jolts awake, her hair hacked to jagged ruin. A single word smeared on her mirror, "Soon." Helen's frantic call sends Barry and Julie speeding into her home. As Julie races to Helen's, a guttural thud echoes from her trunk. Dread overpowers reason, and she cracks open the trunk to find Max's lifeless body inside, swarmed by scuttling crabs. And when the trio returns, The trunk is empty. No body. No crabs. Barry brands Ray as the mastermind behind the chaos. But Ray fires back, saying he too received a blood-stained letter identical to theirs. If Ray's telling the truth, the enemy isn't in the room. It's lurking in the shadows, hunting them all. Helen and Barry dive into the 4th of July parade. Barry tracks dozens of eerie figures cloaked in black rain slickers in the crowd. He chases after the figure. While Helen watches, a shadow detaches from the darkness, its blade catching the light in a silent, deadly promise. Julie storms back to Missy's house, fueled by a belief that David Egan is alive, and Billy Blue's identity might prove it. But Missy slams her with David's suicide note. "I will never forget last summer," in handwriting, eerily identical to the threats haunting Julie. Despite Julie's efforts to convince Missy that her brother might be still alive, Julie is thrown out of the property. At the Croker pageant, Helen sees a shadowy arm yanking Barry into the abyss of an upstairs balcony. She charges upstairs with a skeptical officer, but the corridor lies eerily empty. No Barry, no killer. The officer dismisses her as hysterical. As the cop escorts her home through a shadowy alley shortcut, a stranded motorist frantically tinkers with a stalled truck engine. When the officer steps closer, in one brutal motion, the killer fatally strikes him. Helen manages to shatter free from the squad car and bolts to her family's hardware store and asks Elsa to lock the back door while she calls 911. Elsa barely gets the chain lock engaged before her screams are cut short by the killer's merciless assault. Now cornered, Helen flees into a maze of alleyways. She stumbles toward the distant cheers of the 4th of July parade, safety just 20 yards away. But the ice hook finds its mark as revelers march obliviously past, her final trembling gasp. Julie discovers that a year before the infamous accident, David and his girlfriend Susie careened off in a near-identical crash. Susie died, and David walked away. Susie's father was Ben Willis. Julie realizes they didn't kill David that night. Instead, Ben found David on the roadside and killed him. But before Ben could vanish into the shadows, the 4 friends plowed straight into him in their car. Julie races to the docks to meet Ray and spills her theory about Ben Willis. But Ray doesn't believe her. Julie notices the letters on Ray's boat. Billy Blue. Backing away, Julie bolts through the docks while Ray chases her. A fisherman slams a crowbar into Ray's path, buying Julie seconds to scramble aboard his boat. Julie creeps through the drifting boat. Inside, a macabre shrine, photos of her, Helen, Barry, and Ray plaster the walls, news clippings pinned like trophies. Suddenly, the engine dies. The vessel lurches, cut loose from the world. Julie sprints through the corridors, Ben's shadow clawing at her heels. Desperate, she dives into the ship's fish freezer. There, suspended in jagged ice like grotesque sculptures, are Helen and Barry. Meanwhile, Ray revs a motorboat into the churning waves. Ben corners Julie at the ship's edge until Ray hurls a cable, snaring the killer's arm. The killer plunges into the abyss, swallowed by the black water. All that surfaces? His frozen fist, still gripping the hook like a grisly trophy. When cops swarm the docks, Julie and Ray claim they have no idea why he'd target them. A year has passed by. Julie has traded the nightmares of Port Harbor for college chaos, or so she thinks. Packing her dorm room for a hometown reunion with Ray, she almost feels normal. As steam clouds the bathroom mirror before her shower, her roommate tosses her an envelope with no return address. To her relief, it's a pool party invite. Somewhere deep in the pipes, a metallic scrape whispers. Julie steps back into the shower room and notices a message on the shower door. "I still know." Killer bursts through the shower door. His mangled arm, now gleaming with a jagged ice pick, is only inches from Julie's throat. Thanks for watching. To catch all the latest from us, Subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified as soon as a new video drops. We'll see you in the next one.